Okay, hi guys. It's really late at night, and this is probably a really bad angle. Gosh. It's like 11 o'clock p.m. and the kids are asleep, and I'm hoping they don't wake up, and I can't do this angle. Oh, that's worse. Oh well, if I just look really bad, that's just the way it's going to be. I thought I would do Cindy's UnNormal tag tonight at 11 o'clock while the children are asleep. I'm in my living room, if you wondered. Okay. If my son runs around that corner and scares the crap out of me, I'm gonna scream. Just so you know. Be ready for it. He tends to get up in the middle of the night to go find his dad. And since he's not here, I guess he'll come find me. I'm usually asleep at this hour. I don't know what's up. There's a kitty behind me. Okay. Number 1, what is the strangest place you've ever stitched? Well, like Katie, I have stitched in an airport before while waiting for someone's flight to come in. I've stitched in a moving vehicle, like Cindy has. And I've stitched in a hospital waiting room. So any of those 3 places, I guess, would be the strangest place I've ever stitched. My next favorite hobby after stitching would be reading. I would say singing, but it's not a hobby. It's like breathing, so not a hobby. But I love to read. I don't do it as much as I used to because it really requires attention. But I finished a Dean Koontz book yesterday morning, like more than half of it in like an hour, because I was reading really fast. Because Dean Koontz is kind of a sucky author, and you can read his books really fast because they all pretty much say the same thing. So yeah, it was not a good book. It was called The Mask, and I just did not like the ending at all. I was like, couldn't you have been more creative? But no, your name is not Stephen King, so the answer is no, you could not. Okay, to smoke or not to smoke? Don't get me started. I want to give y'all a lecture. Danine, and Cindy. Sure. No, I'm just kidding. I used to smoke myself. I smoked from the time I was 19 till I was 32, which is 13 years, and I quit April 1st, 2006. My stepdad passed away tragically December 22nd. I don't know, the cops came to our door December 23rd and told us he had died, and so I know you're not supposed to technically pray to people in heaven, but the Catholics say you can because they say we're all saints. So I say pray. I talked to my stepdad in heaven and his friend Vernon, who had died of lung cancer. He chain smoked like crazy, and they both smoked, and I asked them both to help me quit, and I swear to God, it was so easy to quit. I got on the patch, started at step 2, and it was just easy sailing. I mean, the first 5 days were hard, but I just chewed a lot of gum, and I did eat a lot of food, and I did gain about 40 pounds, as much as I gained with my pregnancies. But I took it off, and then I got pregnant and put it back on, and then I took it off, and I put it back on, and then I took it off, and now I put it back on. But anyway, basically, you don't have to worry about gaining weight when you quit smoking because you can take it off. And if you are worried about that, then there's other ways to keep from gaining, and that's chew a lot of gum, you know. That did help me for a while until I quit chewing it and started eating, but I have an addiction to food and sugar. I just love it all too much. But yeah, I don't smoke, and if I did still smoke, I would not smoke in the house because I never smoked in the house. Once I had children, I always smoked in the garage or completely outside. So I smoked when my oldest was little, but like I said, I quit before my second one was born, and I've never regretted it. Save money, I don't smell like an ashtray, and don't have to worry about my fingernails and teeth being yellow anymore, except from the Coca-Cola for my teeth. But, you know, moving on. I ramble too much with these questions. 4, favorite social media to share stitching on. I've got something in my eye. My favorite social media to share stitching on, I guess, besides here on YouTube, would be Facebook. I don't do Instagram. I have an account, and I can't remember to put a picture on it. So many people do, and they do their little hashtags. I'm just not. I'm not into all that. Do you? Or have you ever model stitched? No, but it looks like an interesting thing to do. Wash or no wash? Well, I've only washed one project so far, and that was my little Siamese kitten that was about 3" by 3" square, or 4" by 4" square. That's the only one I've ever washed, and it was very easy to wash. And then it obviously dried quickly, and while it was still damp, I ironed it on the back. I think I will always wash my projects unless they have hand-dyed floss or hand-dyed fabric. Now they say you can wash your projects even if they have hand-dyed floss, because you just pre-wash your floss, and whatever colors are going to run, you know, all the extra dye will bleed out, and you can use them and wash them later and it won't bleed anymore. But I don't know. I still don't think I would do it. I would just be very careful with those. Digital program for stitching? No, I don't use one. I've heard y'all mention some though from this tag, and I really should be paying attention because that's a good idea to have in case I do want to ever use that. What do you do with your finishes? Right now, the only thing I've done with my finishes is wash them and iron them and stick them somewhere, and I have them all over the place. The only ones I've framed are the ones that are like little stitching frames that you just pop into a frame, and even those I screwed up because one of them's off center. So, but yeah, I'll probably just mostly frame them. I'd like to learn how to make a cushion, but I don't have a sewing machine. I would like to even learn to stitch one by hand, because I just like the idea of not having to have a sewing machine, but it would take a long time to stitch all of that by hand. But that's all. I'm going to end this video right now and possibly do stash tonight. It just depends, but I've got something in my left eye right now that's driving me crazy. I want to get it out, not on the video. So, thanks. I'll see y'all in another minute or later on. Bye. Thanks for watching.